Another day, another episode. It's the guy doing things. Episode 17. 17 again. Not again, but anyway. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're listening from. Today we'll be talking to another creative. So if you haven't already, get your coffee ready. Or your tea, whatever, and let's get right into the episode. This is the guy doing things, episode 17. So all my followers have been asking, I'm kidding, no one asked, but I just quickly wanted to discuss why I'm chatting with people, why I'm chatting with creative people, why is it such a big thing for me. So the guy doing things is about doing challenges, going out and doing things, and something that's very important to me is the creative side of people's brain. Now, however you express that, if you think accounting is creative and that makes you feel creative, you do you. And if you think it's playing an instrument, also, that's good. But what I'm trying to get at is, what I'm trying to create is a platform of creative people who get together and just engage with each other and motivate each other to continue being creative. And although I'm not doing physical challenges because we have restrictions with regards to that, I'm talking to people who continue challenging themselves and continue being creative and whatever. So luckily for me, we're down a level or up a level. I don't know how this works. And there's a few extra challenges that I can start doing. So stay tuned, obviously, to some next episodes where I'm going to start doing some challenges again, start doing things again. But until then, let's get into this episode with Lindie van Gass. Okay, welcome, Lindie.
Thank you, Thornton.
So it's nice to have you on the show. You're calling in from Pretoria, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, from Menlo Park.
Okay, that's nice. And what are you keeping yourself busy with in these times?
I'm currently working and doing some side projects and delivering masks at the moment as well.
Hey, that's cool.
Yes, and I went jogging this morning, so apparently I'm a jogger now as well.
Well, you're not a jogger if you haven't put it on social media. So just put a photo on and then you're officially a jogger.
I'll keep you posted tomorrow morning.
Okay, great. Just where you from? Are you from Pretoria or are you from the outskirts of South Africa somewhere?
Luckily not the outskirts of South Africa, but maybe of Northwest. I grew up just outside Mooinooi.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Mooinooi. It's a little town in between Brits and Rustenburg.
It's close to Sun City, if I'm not mistaken.
About 72 kilometers.
So it's not, okay. Then I don't know where Mooinooi is.
It's 10 kilometers from there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I moved to Pretoria when I started studying 8 years ago, and it's been home since.
Okay, great. So you actually have the Pretoria accent already now, the Afrikaans Pretoria accent, or not yet?
No, I'll always have Afrikaans accent, but I don't think the Pretorian one.
Nice. So what did you study? You studied at Tukkies, eh? Or
yeah, I started at Tuks, so I did investment management, honours, masters. And then I did a postgrad diploma through COFSIS.
Okay.
And I just heard I passed my board exams for certified financial planning last week. So
wow.
That's quite exciting.
Well done. Well done. So if they want to if people want to get rich quick, they can just call you.
I think quick is maybe not the correct word, but yes.
No, I'm kidding. So, that kind of shapes the background, or it shapes the opposite of the background for what we want to talk about today. Most people don't necessarily associate financial stuff or investment management with being creative, but you are a writer, and quite a good one at that. So
thank you very much.
where did your love for writing, if you're in the financial niche, how did you start with writing? Where did your love for writing start?
So I was quite lucky that both sides of my family kind of contributed to this.
Okay.
Because my dad's side of the firstly all have BCom degrees,
Okay.
and then secondly all love reading. And then on my mom's side, my great-grandmother used to be an actress, so I grew up with theatre and storytelling.
Wow.
So I just think like the two sides combined perfectly to put me where I am at the moment, yeah.
That's so cool. Like to sit, clap with two fingers, wear a monocle, that type of theatre, or
Yeah, I grew up going to theatre. I mean, one of my loves at the moment is the one-to-one theatre that Dearness does and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, that's cool. But despite writing and doing financial stuff, what's your big passion? What is the big thing that
I think
you?
it's difficult to sum it up into one thing. That's quite difficult. But if I had to choose two things, I'd say it's people and knowledge.
Okay.
Yes, and I think the way all of this kind of combines is my background in finance and my love for writing can be combined with creativity.
Yeah.
To kind of communicate and educate without lecturing, because that's what I want to do. I want to learn people about financial literacy and that kind of stuff without making them feel like they're sitting in a finance class.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to my poetry and my creative writing, it also comes to the same thing, as in giving them a place of hope, of moving on, of there is a place after heartbreak, that kind of stuff. So I think all in all, it's hope.
That's awesome. That's such a cool passion to have. I think to help people with that question, I heard someone say this when you ask what's your big passion. They call it the gravestone test. What do you want written on that piece? Just below your date of birth and date of death. What do you want written there? That kind of helps you think what your big passion or whatever is. But that's such a cool passion.
Thank you.
And okay, so for me and you, we've always been writers. So I love writing. I have my blog. You have your blog and your creative writing. But some people, started writing or started being creative in lockdown because obviously you can't do anything else. How would you suggest people? I love writing, and you also know the effects. The positive effects writing has on us. How would you suggest people continue, being motivated to write, even though lockdown may be lessened or whatever? How would you motivate someone, to continue to write, even though they return back to, let's say, normal life in parentheses?
Yeah, I think I would recommend prioritizing it and making a date with yourself or an appointment with yourself.
Okay.
So I once read a thing that says that talent is 10% of it, but hard work and discipline is the other 90%. And talent can easily be overshadowed if you're not going to prioritize something.
Yeah.
So say, Monday evenings at 9, I'm going to write for half an hour, and you go and sit and you do it.
Yeah. And last week I spoke to Jan Niemand, the neuro coach, and he also said that even for creative people, you have to create a space. Although being creative means, there are no boundaries, you have to create a boundary of time. Say, from 9, I'm going to write. Because that allows you to...
if it works for you in a coffee shop or outside, just set your genre or set your space for you to work the best you can. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's awesome advice. I love that. And people who haven't started writing, your passion is obviously for people. So do you have this big 5-step plan by Lindie to help people get starting with writing or whatever?
Okay, I can try to sum it up into 5 steps. I think number 1, And everyone will tell you this is read. Read as much as you can, as diverse as you can, all the time.
Okay.
And then, secondly, learn from others, but not only through reading. Go to courses. The best thing I've ever done for my writing was go to a course by Jaco van der Merwe from Bitter Einde.
Oh, love
and
it.
it just gave you so many tools to stay inspired the entire time and different things to use when expressing yourself. And that was awesome for me.
Yeah.
And then, thirdly, I think don't wait to be inspired. Once again, make an appointment with yourself, because otherwise it's never going to happen. Then, fourthly, in contrast to what I just said, always be inspired.
Okay.
Don't limit your inspiration to things like the view on an island, because you're not always going to be there.
Yeah.
Find inspiration by the things that surround you daily, like coffee with a friend or wine. I love writing about coffee and wine because it's things that I always see, so you're always inspired.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I think, don't aim for perfection. It's easier to edit something that already exists than to get something into existence. Just do it, get it out there, send it into the world, and it will happen for you if you just keep on believing in yourself. Sorry.
Yeah. And I think that's the coolest point for me, because most people have a bunch of stuff on their computer. Unwritten books or whatever, and they don't want to publish it, or they don't want to put it out in the world because it's not exactly perfect. But obviously, if we go back on the things we wrote, I'm speaking about myself now, I don't know about you, but if I go and read something I've written in 2017 and I've published it, I'm like, okay, I would change a few things, but it's out there now and people liked it, and that shows the development in my writing from that space to where I am now. So it actually shows the growth.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say as well. It shows you how much you have grown in this time. Yeah. And it's actually something to inspire yourself with.
Yeah. Speaking about inspiration, so speaking about inspiration, I've twisted Lindie's arm to give away 2 items of her collection of merch. So thank you very much, Lindie.
It's always a pleasure.
So she's, I'm not going to say donating, she's giving away a cup, a branded cup or mug. Is it a cup or a mug?
It's a mug, a coffee mug, a white mug with black typewriting on, which would be one of my quotes or poems or whatever.
Okay, awesome. And then a bag with the same type of quote on, or a version of a quote. Okay, that's 2 awesome gifts. I really appreciate it. And the challenge is, me and Lindie and I almost said me and Lindie. We discussed how we're gonna motivate people to actually start writing. So we want you to send me like a poem or a letter or whatever you wrote that's creative, and then we'll go through it. Lindie and I will go through it, and the first 2 people who send us this will receive the mug and the bag. Is that right, Lindie?
Yeah, that's perfect. And I think also challenge the people to take the frustrations they have at this moment during lockdown and express that in something creative.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And obviously, just be patient, because it is lockdown. We can't ship mugs. It's not necessarily essential. I feel it's essential because coffee is essential, but the government doesn't feel that way. So we can't ship mugs now at the moment. So obviously, you'll only receive the mug a bit later on, but we'll still give you a shout out and tell you when the mug is on its way.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Or the mug and the bag. Anyway, Lindie, thank you so much for your time. How do we get in touch? How do people start following you? Are you on social media? Where do we go?
Okay, thank you. So firstly, I am on Instagram mostly.
Okay.
I have a writing page there that's Lindie van Gass with the double S _skryf.
Okay.
And then I also have one on Instagram that's Bank Beter with the underscore in between as well, that I do Afrikaans versions of financial terms and explanations and how to budget stuff.
Okay,
and then also the same on Facebook would also be Lindie van Gass just, and then Bank Beter with Lindie.
Awesome. And I'll also share those links with everyone. And for all the English people, if you need financial advice in English. Lindie can speak English. She's just proven
And
herself
I do
on the
share the
podcast.
odd English poem as well.
Okay, awesome. But thank you so much for your time, Lindie, and we'll get to that competition stuff soon. I hope we get a bunch of poems or letters, whatever. But yeah, good luck with the rest of lockdown and your work and your writing. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you to you too. This was great.
Cool. Lindie van Gass, writer, financial advisor, visionary. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you enjoy writing to us. Until next time, stay safe and wash your hands. This was The Guy Doing Things, episode 17. Cheers for now.